Hi everybody, welcome to another update on the stock screener. Today we're going to take a look at the March production numbers of Prospera Energy. As you know, you can find this production data on Petrinex. Just take Saskatchewan public data and Alberta public data. Let's take this one as an example. And you can just go to March here and download the document. Okay, then you can open it and filter on Prospera Energy. Make sure that you also filter on oil and on production. And then you will get this data here. So as you can see, this is all Prospera Energy. Operator name. It's all oil because they produce like 99% oil. And this is production. And I also added some of these royalties. I don't know what these mean, but I will add them to the production numbers. So this is March. This I added as a calculation. So this is actually the hours that are working. So you need to divide this by 24 hours to get the daily production. Right? So for example, here they worked the whole day, but here we only worked like 0.16 of a day. So a lot of maintenance or shutdowns, I don't know, but this should all be 744 normally if they work 100%. So yeah, there has been some maintenance going on, I think, or new wells. So that's per day. And then here we have the production per day. So that's this number divided by the amount of days. So that gives me the flow. That's the barrels per day, but this is in cubic meters. This data is in cubic meters. So we need to convert it to barrels by multiplying by 6.29. And this gives me the actual flow of that oil well, taking into account the maintenance. So this is the actual production if all the wells were working at 100%. So this is the full capacity. Let's see how much this would be. Would be 520 barrels per day of full capacity of the current wells that they report. Okay, so that's not a lot, but take into account that the Brooks wells are not in here yet, I think. So that will add another 400, so that would give around 1000. Here you can see the actual volume, taking into account that there has been maintenance. So let's see how much that is. And actually here you need to take the sum of this volume. That's in cubic meters. So what we need to do is then times 6.29. So this times 6.29, and of course divide it by the amount of days in March, which is 31. And that gives us 380 barrels per day in March. So they actually produced 378 barrels per day in March. Not a lot. It was higher in November, it was 500. In October, it was almost 700. So it has almost halved. That's not a good number. Not sure what they are doing. There's too much maintenance here. So, yeah. Now, also a lot of wells have been missing in this March report. So let's take a look. So this is my main sheet with all the months. So let's add the data here. We look up and we look up this value here. So this is my sheet with all the wells. Also the missed wells, the missing wells. So we look up this value in this column here. And we take one, two, three, four, five, six. The 11th or the 12th. Let's take the 12th column. And false. So this number is this well here. Let's check this. So this well, apparently it's this well here, and the number is 6.29. Okay. So as you can see here, a lot of these wells have disappeared. So this one, for example, these here are all disappeared. Not sure why. So some of these wells are not findable anymore in the March numbers. Okay, so we need to check all of them, make sure that they get filled back in here to see if those wells will ever come back. And then we have the total capacity. What we also need to do is check if there are new wells. So here also a VLOOKUP of this well and compare it with my main sheet. Okay, so this well is available in the main overview. Let's see if there are new wells. So all of the wells in March are available in the overview. That means that there are no new wells. Okay, so these are all old wells. That means we don't need to add any more wells to this list. Let's just change these numbers here. This well has apparently been missing for already 3 months. So not sure what's happening here. Is this well ever going to come online? Not sure. This well, the same, has been missing for a few months. This was actually a good well, 51, 35, 35, but here it has been missing again. Why isn't this coming back? Okay, this well is a low flow well, so probably abandoned, but let's just add it for the sake of it. This one is a good well, 40, 31. Apparently it's missing this month. Not sure why. Why is it missing? This has been missing for 4 months already, but I'll add it anyway. This one also missing a lot. This one is very low flow, probably abandoned by now. This is weird because it was flowing good and now it's gone. Same with this, missing well. Not sure why they are missing. This one as well, missing for 3 months. Another one recently missing. It was doing well and no data for March. And so on. Missing 5 months, 4 months. And this one went missing recently, so that's the last month. This one also recently. So really, I'm not sure what is happening here. Why have so many wells been missing from the March report? This one is also recently missing. Okay, so this is a royalty well. Okay. I'm also going to check the royalty wells because those identifiers are double. So let's check it to be sure. So you have a production well and also the this one is gone actually. So in this one, the 112W600 is actually gone. There's no royalty well. Okay. Let me just use the previous number. Okay. Next one, this here. So we have a production identifier. Oh, this is also gone. Okay. Then we take the previous one. Next one is this. Production well and royalty well. So we actually need this number here, 0.14. So this should be 0.14. Next one, this here. Yeah, production well and royalty well should be 0.22. Like this. Next, this one has disappeared. So we have this royalty well that has disappeared completely. Let's keep this one. Next. This should be 0.2. This one. By the way, I have no idea what I'm doing, so if you have comments on this, then I want to hear it. This should be 0.02. And then the last royalty well is this one. 1 barrels per day. Okay, so now the data is correct. And let's see what the production is. The total production for March at full capacity. Okay, so it says not applicable. Maybe there is, okay, this one is not applicable still. At okay, 717. So the total maximum capacity of all of these new and old wells is 717.1. So now we come to the interesting chart. 717.1 for March. And the actual production is this one with all the maintenance, etc. 378.861. 378. So what is the capacity utilization? 53 for March. That was not what I expected. Not good. I had expected at least an improvement of the production compared to the full capacity. Now the full capacity is still the same in production. So if there were no maintenance and all the old wells come back in production, all the missing wells come back in the reporting, then we would have stable production at 700. But reality tells us that production is declining due to issues or winter problems, due to abandoned wells, maintenance. So as you can see, production is actually at 50% of the total capacity, which is not good. But this is only for the old wells. And they have done an acquisition of Brooks, so we should add maybe 200, 300 barrels to this. Then we are at 700 actual production. Now, total production capacity is probably still 1000, taking into consideration this 717, that's this line here. If they can bring all the wells back at the 100% production rate without the services and maintenance, then they could increase that actual production higher. But okay, for March, it's not the case, and we need to live with that. Let's see what April brings. Now, of course, This is old production. They still have 10 horizontal wells coming up, 7 vertical wells, and some more acquisitions. So those will also add production barrels. So let's see how that goes with the summer program, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.